Okay, number 2. The first thing that we can do real easily is notice at point B that we don't go over any on the x-axis and we go up B on the y-axis. So if we don't go over any to get to B on the x-axis, then our x value is 0. Okay, remember that if the two sides of an isosceles triangle are congruent, then the vertex at coordinate x is the midpoint. So point O is the middle point between K and P. So if K has a distance of A from 0 to K, then 0 to P must also have a distance of A. So if we go negative A on the x-axis, we have to go positive A on the x-axis to get to P. Also remember that the two x values, their midpoint equals the x value of the vertex angle. So negative A plus A divided by 2 gives us 0 divided by 2, which is 0, which is what we said our x value was. Number 4, it says to write a congruent statement for each set of triangles. First letter they give you is A. A has 70 degrees at its angle, so the first letter of our second part has to match with 70 degrees, and that's at F. Then we have B, second, and that's 59 degrees. So it's going to match with D because it's 59 degrees. We then have C, and the other angle that's 51 degrees is at E. So that's also our third letter. Okay, number 6. If this angle is congruent to this angle, and the 90-degree angle is congruent to the 90-degree angle, then whatever's left at angle G has to be congruent to 80 degrees at C. So 2x has to equal 80 degrees. So divide by 2, x has to be 40. Number 8 says to draw and label a figure to represent the congruent triangles and then find x and y. So it says triangle ABC. So I'm going to start with triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. And AB is 7. BC is 9. AC is 11 plus x. DF is 3x minus 13. And DE is 2y minus 5. I'm going to start by looking for my, let me get rid of this a little bit. Start by looking for my x value. 11 plus x is at side AC. Side AC is the first and last letters of our congruency statement. So that means that first and last letter DF is congruent to AC. So DF is 3x minus 13. So that 11 plus x equals 3x minus 13. I'm going to start by adding 13 to both sides to my equation. So I get 24 plus x equals 3x. I'm going to subtract x from both sides of my equation. And I get 24 equals 2x. Divide by 2. X equals 12. Now looking at my y value, y is at side DE. The 2y minus 5 is at side DE. DE is the second or the first two letters. So DE is congruent or equal to AB, and AB is 7. So I'm going to add 5 to both sides of my equation. I get 2y equals 12. divide both sides by 2, so y equals 6. Okay, number 10, determine if the information is given is enough to prove the triangles are congruent. If there is enough information, state the postulate or theorem and then write the congruent statement. So for number 10, the first thing we mark is that side xz is congruent to side xz because of our shared side theorem. And to make our congruency statement, we have to establish if we proved them congruent, and we did, because we have side, 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 congruent to side, side, side. So our reason that these are congruent is the side, side, side theorem. And to make our congruency statement, it says z, y, x. So we have to look at the order of our markings. Z to y to x goes 2 hash marks to 1 hash mark to 3 hash marks. So I have to go in the same order when I come up with my second set of letters. So I have to go x to w to z, 2 to 1 to 3. So it has to be in that order, x to w to z.